Truck it off.
Tom Cruise, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We are We the People, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck it off.
Good evening and welcome. This is Andrea Eichmann here with the People's Patriot Project. We are bringing you our weekly show / podcast called We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Every week we bring you a guest. Many times we have a new musician for you, and we share all the good and sometimes not so good things that are happening around our world. Tonight will not disappoint. We would like to call out a couple of our favorite groups. Can't I say that? Favorite groups. Anyway. Tonight, I want to give a little or a big shout out. That was illegal because that was big and little. Shout out to our friend Jonathan Crochet and his Bourbon Battle Buddies. Thank you for all your support and thanks for being part of our group, Mr. J Train. And then I would like to also, I don't even know. I think Peggy and Bobby Kretzinger might be back from their vacation because I'm not mad at all that they get to go to, I don't know, whatever. They go to the beach for their vacation a couple times a year, and it's amazing. So, Bobby, Peggy, if you're out there, happy anniversary, by the way, and thanks for being the people that you are. So today is 06 August 2023. We have an amazing guest for you tonight. We have J Marc Bailey with us. JMB will not only be bringing us the music tonight, but he will also shares the stories, what brought him to the People's Patriot Project, what really gets him rolling with his music. You're going to love what's in store for you tonight. So stay tuned for more fun and some learning with us. Our guests as well. And those of you who are participating, please don't be afraid to call your questions, call out your answers. If we don't like them, we just don't share them. So it's okay. You can still give them. I'm just kidding. I also want to remind you, if you're showing up as Facebook user, you can leave it that way. But if you would like us to know who to say hello to, you can just follow this link. It's going to pop up in a second. And what it does, it's okay because we're not going to sell you anything or sell your name anywhere. But it will allow your name to show up on Facebook through this StreamYard program. Thank you. Now, I have a little pledge. I was a Girl Scout, so I used to do this when I did my pledge. So I'm not sure what our Patriot finger, do we have a thing? I mean, can we do hang 10? Anyway, I'm talking to the people backstage. I don't know if that's appropriate. I'm not sure what it means. So I just need to say that we know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, their sweat, their blood, limbs, family, lives to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do daily. And you know what? What do we get to do daily? I mean, really, I go to church on Sundays. I get to go to take my pontoon out when I want to. I can go have lunch with the People's Patriot Project. I can take classes, whatever. Okay. So let's think about all those cool things that we get to do because we have the freedoms that we have. Before we get started, I would like you to take off your hats, stand if you can, cover your heart, and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all. I forgot. We have the toys back. That is Travis Cardington. Duluth is not horribly far away, Travis. It's colder up there than it is here, just so you know.
Nah.
Yeah, they got the Yeah, don't argue with me, dude.
Hey, so we were giving Andrew, or I was giving, we do have kind of a WeP3 13 is our number. That's what we done, but we don't do a special Boy Scout, Girl Scout sign. And it wasn't, that's not, I know you're looking. 1 and 3. 1 and 3, baby. 1 and 3.
Is that backwards or is that right?
Depends on which way you go. If I'm looking at 1 and 3, 1 and 3.
No, you gave me 31 both times.
Well, it's the other way around.
All right.
Oh, where's our guest? Hey.
Duluth in February is freaking cold.
Yeah. But that's not this time of year right now. But it is. Duluth is a crazy little town. I love Duluth. So don't get. Some people pronounce it Duluth, just for the record. And it's
I don't think anybody pronounces it Duluth.
I actually went there and I saw a speaker there once, and he says it's so good to be here in Duluth, and I'm like, everyone's booing and hissing him at that point, and it's like, know your audience, buddy. This is not Duluth. Not Duluth.
Was that speaker like a really prominent person in the USA?
No, not that one. No.
Okay.
Nope. Sometimes life happens, and we totally get it. By no sense or means do we ever. We don't get butthurt. We do our mission regardless. We're here every Sunday, 1800 Central Standard Time, because our branding and marketing department was real brilliant when you're looking at the time, the top two people on the line here, where we said, oh, yeah, we got your 6 at 6. That'll be great. Well, only when you're in the Central Time Zone will it be 6 o'clock at 1800. But everyone else is joining us across the country. We appreciate you. We love you, and we thank you for being here. I don't know why I'm reading your note.
My note? Am I still freezing up a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Gosh dang it. It must be my internet.
So stuff happens with our guests on times and on occasions, and our heart goes out to them. We hope they're doing well. We will be having J Marc Bailey stepping in tonight and hearing where he fits into the whole big picture. And we're excited to have J Marc in our network and working on some of the things that we get to work on, and because of those service members that have given us the opportunity. Travis, it's good to see you here, brother. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you. If you don't or haven't had the chance to hear Oscar Mike Radio, go ahead. That's one of his podcasts, and he works with a couple of other guys, Hellfish Haven and We Are Resilient, and it's good to watch and see what they're doing. Travis, a dear friend, Awesome opportunity we had with Travis. Gosh, it's been too long already, buddy. But we met Travis down in Nashville 3 years ago at an event, and what an amazing opportunity that was. And we're just glad to have him in the network. I think we might even have a picture in here with Travis, actually, now that I think about it. Look at this. Check this out.
I think I've seen that.
Boom. But that's like minus the big guy in the middle, the in the red shirt. That is absolute veteran royalty across the country right there. Chris Turner. Andrea's going to have to help me out with all the other ones in there because I can't remember everyone's name. Travis Partington.
Tommy Anderson.
The movie star.
Danielle.
Yeah.
Rocco.
Rocco.
Is that right?
Yep.
And Gabe. Oh, Gabe.
We will fix that.
Show. Gabriel Brown. And then Tina
Hargett.
Yeah, good job. There we go.
Travis.
I agree. Let's fix it.
What platform do you do your show on, Travis? Because I notice when you guys do all the comments, all your comments stream. I kind of like that feature. Boom.
Oh, buddy.
Are we having some little lagging issues going on? Because I feel like I'm interrupting you, Andrea.
No, I wasn't even talking. I'm gonna go out back in.
All right.
She's lagging a little bit, but
Mr. Jonathan.
Yes.
What do we got? Will it be a distraction if I play a little mood music behind your news tonight?
No.
Right,
let's do it.
What this looks like. Okay.
I can assume the music is coming from WeP3 Radio.
No, well, I was just jazzing up a little bit. I don't think that's a little too much. There we go.
Good volume right there. Ready when you are. We ready?
Shoot, brother.
All right. So August is the month of August is National Wellness Month. The idea is to remind people to prioritize their own self-care, manage their own stress levels, and to promote healthy routines. You can find wholesome, healthy routines that you can do regularly that give you some sort of peace and happiness. Make yourself a priority. Treat yourself like you treat those that you love. Last Saturday, which we missed it leading into the podcast on Sunday, but last Saturday, July 29th, country music singer Craig Morgan re-enlisted into the Army Reserves while standing on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Morgan had previously served in the Army for 17 years, and he held several certifications like Airborne, Air Assault, and Rappel Master. He said, quote, "I love being an artist, but I consider it a true privilege and honor to work with what I believe are the greatest of Americans, my fellow soldiers. God bless America and go Army." End quote. So I thought that was pretty cool. Craig Morgan's 59 years old, re-enlisted in the military, and doing it publicly to hope bolster some new enlistments. Anyways, moving on. August 6th, 1945, Hiroshima, Japan was struck with a uranium bomb little boy that was dropped from the B-29 airplane named Enola Gay. This would, of course, change the history of warfare as we know it. The atom bomb killed an estimated 140,000 people in the first use of a nuclear weapon in warfare. The bomb was a uranium fission weapon, and the yield is in the region of around 20,000 tons of TNT. 60% of the city is destroyed in the blast and the firestorm that would follow, and about 80,000 Japanese are killed. It's not the most devastating bombing attack of the war, but the efficiency of the effort involved in sending only one plane on a mission to destroy a city would show all too well the change in the thinking of military and political powers that would lead to the change of warfare. Also on August 6, 1945, Major Richard Bong died while fight testing an experimental fighter jet. He was only 24 years old. At the age of 24, not only was he a major, but he was also the top scoring American fighter ace of World War II with over 40 victories. August 6th, 1991, Tom Berners-Lee releases files describing his idea for the World Wide Web. WWW debuts as a publicly available service on the internet, and that is why we're here today. We all know what that did and how it is still changing the course of history. August 7th is Purple Heart Day. The original Purple Heart was designed as a badge of merit and was awarded by George Washington in 1782. The honor was presented to soldiers for any singularly meritorious action. George Washington only handed out 3 of these badges personally and instead authorized his subordinates to issue the badges as they saw fit. The badge of merit would fade from use, but it was revived and relaunched again in 1932, this time called the Purple Heart. In 1932, it honored those wounded in as well as recognized commendable action. But in 1944, the policy was tweaked again and will become the Purple Heart as we know it today, being issued only to those who were wounded or died. The first service member to be given the modern Purple Heart was General Douglas MacArthur for his service in the Pacific Theater during World War II. In total, there have been 1.8 million Purple Hearts awarded over the years, including over 1 million awarded to soldiers in World War II alone. Little personal note here. There's a man local to me. He's out of Houma, Louisiana. His name is Albert Lee Rhett. I'm super proud to call him my friend. He's the commander of our local chapter of the United Veterans League. He's a multiple Purple Heart recipient. He was wounded in combat as a PFC in March of 1968, 2 more times in May of 1968, and again in September of 1968, all during the Vietnam conflict. And as a member of the United Veterans League, it's an honor and privilege to stand next to him and do details with him. So, Mr. Albert Lee Rhett, if you're watching, sir, I am honored to be your friend. And that's all I got.
That's not all, brother. That's not all. That's not all you got.
Patriot Pride.
Oh.
Ooh. I wonder, are we getting Andrea back?
Whether she knows it or not. Boom.
Oh, yeah, it's not really working.
Oh, no, that's not working. Maybe not.
She'll work on it. I don't know what's going on in her world, but we got it. We got it. It's a little different when normally we have guests here to talk to, and we always do our WeP3 weekly debrief on Mondays, and so that's tomorrow. And so I don't want to get into a lot of the People's Patriot Project, other than there's a lot of People's Patriot Project things going on. We're deep into planning some stuff, but some of this, we don't do this show with scripts, but we got some guidelines, and I don't want to drop all the information that Andrew is supposed to be sharing. Mr. Daniels, good to see you, brother. I guess only because we had a little conversation pre-show, I'd like to get into the dialogue that you don't have to share names, you don't have to share people, you don't have to share even the content of the conversation, Jonathan. But I liked the conversation you had with a person that was engaging you. Do you want to share anything about that conversation? Oh, you got your microphone's off, buddy.
My bad. So I do my best to try to do something motivational or, just something that inspires me every day, right? And I always hope for a conversation, but there was somebody that jumped on and kind of had a back and forth conversation, maybe a slight disagreement, or a difference of opinion. We'll call it that. Oh.
Landon.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
And I don't want to interrupt. That seems like a good break. One of our guests is here now. He's in backstage, but we'll get your thoughts on, and then we'll bring our guest on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had this difference of opinion, and we discussed it back and forth a few times, and it ended with just, there was a gratitude between both of us that we ended up having this disagreement, or how did I say that? A difference of opinions, and we're able to talk about it and do it in a civilized manner. And at the end, I was like, man, thank you for the conversation. Like, it's enjoyable to engage with people that make you think and either reinforce or vary your way of thinking.
Wait a minute.
Enjoyable.
You guys were having a conversation, and you guys didn't have the same opinions, and you both had different thoughts, and you still made it without doing posts on social media and blowing it up into something that you guys were able to talk after the fact?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I know, it's crazy, but it happens.
That is ridiculous. I've never heard of such a thing. Well,
yeah. Well, I had to unblock him first. And no, I'm just. But no, it was very. I don't know, the word that comes to mind is invigorating, but it was very enjoyable. And
the weird part is, I was drug into a conversation this weekend at a conference I was at. Fellow veteran, and another person introduced us and said, hey, this is what Mark and Andrea was at the same conference. This is what these guys are doing. And this guy did nothing but want to antagonize. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what we do, and this is what we're going to. And he's like, well, it's not enough. And I'm like, okay, I understand it's not enough. And it got down to the point where my classic, not to put him on the spot, but what are you doing to help out? And of course, he didn't want to engage in that conversation, but it's interesting. You get people out there. I got a real sharp looking cowboy that wants to come in on the show. Well, there's Andrea. Boom. Hi, Andrea.
Let's try it. Let's try it again. I shut everything off. We'll see if it works.
You're not the real sharp-looking cowboy. You're real sharp-looking, but you're not a cowboy. Let's bring this guy in.
Uh-oh.
J. Marc Bailey.
I'm here.
To have you, brother.
Hey, guys. Here, I think you guys are going this way. That's better.
Yeah, that works. That works.
How are you guys?
And we're good. And where are you calling in tonight from?
I'm in Tampa, Florida tonight. I'm in the green room, just waiting to go out there and play some music.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background, brother.
Oh, goodness. I grew up in Utah and love the Western culture. I'm sure you couldn't tell at all. And I always loved music. I've tried my hand at a million different things, but music has always been at the core for me. Rock and roll, you name it, everything. I love it all. Grew up on AC/DC and all those bands of that era, but then also, Willie Nelson, and my mom would sing Dolly Parton and Crystal Gale and, all the good stuff. So I started drumming when I was 9 and had some issues with my wrist. Years later, I actually started playing some shows and opening for Shane McAnally, if you guys know who he is. And that was my first foray into some of the bigger stuff. And then I had to relearn how to play guitar and sing. And I remember my first gig that I ever did. I kind of sometimes say this, but I had one of my buddies that came up. They paid us $700 to play a gig in the middle of the park after a rainstorm, and I was standing on like a 4x8 sheet of plywood so that we wouldn't get wet. And we didn't have any of our own stuff, so we were playing some covers. And I remember getting done with that show, and one of my very good friends comes up and he goes, "Man, that was so cool. That was really cool. It's really great that you're doing this, but dude, you can't sing. You should never sing again." And I was like, okay, well, all right. And basically, I could take it one of two ways. It was either I was gonna that lit the fire, and I was gonna prove him very wrong, or I'd just go back to hanging out and being backstage. But anyway, I pursued it. I kept going. So now we're seven albums in, and we've got some radio hits and part of a small independent record label and booking agency, and now working with y'all. And so
you're working with us? I'm teasing because we have not made an official statement at all ever yet.
Oh,
and
well, I think I'm working with you. I'm trying.
Yeah, we want to do a bigger announcement, but that's so the amazing piece is the network that WeP3 is. And when I say has put together, it's not the workings of WeP3, it's the workings of all the cogs in this working machine that connects many entities together. And so great friend Gabriel Wren connected us with J Marc Bailey. Gabriel Wren is Trinity Productions and Film. And he's actually part of an organization that you're working with. And that is Chair 55.
We just brought him into Chair 55. Yep. And we held that position open for quite a long time before finding the right fit. And Gabe, for sure, he was the right fit. So
he's a hardworking man.
He is. And he just got done. He was out on the road, and he sent me a couple of messages last night. He was out with the Swan Brothers in Vegas and in California last 2 nights. So,
well, and that's a great group that's in your network. They're not, can't say official things on that. They're just in the network, right?
Yeah.
But you've got a number of great artists in Chair 55.
Yep.
You want to share anything about that?
Yeah, we do some work. We do some middle broker work with Little Texas. We've got Ryan Weaver. Ryan's a veteran, and he was for 2 years. He was the sole entertainment for the PBR. So he went out and opened all the big pro bull rider shows for the PBR and all those arenas. And he is a phenomenal entertainer. You guys know. I think you've had him on before. So
we have.
Yeah, we're doing some work with Ryan, and then we got Dave Gibson, and he's got 6 number ones under his belt, and I think 10 top 40s that he's written, including stuff like Queen of Memphis, Daddy Never Was the Cadillac Kind, Jukebox in My Mind for Alabama, Ships That Don't Come In for Joe Diffie. So, yeah, it's fun. And then we've got the up and comers on the roster that are all super talented. So,
and you throw Dave Gibson in there, and I mean, you throw the name, and a lot of people don't connect the name because the songwriter never gets the credit. I mean, they get the credit, but it's the guy or gal that's sitting on stage that gets all the recognition for the song. But Dave Gibson is an all-star in country music network. I mean, he's at the top.
Yep. You will look long and hard. I mean, those are only songs that I mentioned that he's written that are songs that in the past that were credited directly to him, but he's co-written tons and tons of stuff all the way up through the last 40 years here in Nashville. So there's so much stuff out there.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And you're performing still, like you said, you're in the green room, you're getting ready to go out and play tonight.
Yep.
You got 3 songs lined up for us. Unbroken, I Can't Stop You, and Deepest Blue. Which one would you like to talk about?
Let's talk about Unbroken, because that one's my life story. That is my whole everything. So first time I played it, I played it. I broke it out after, I wasn't going to record it. I wrote it years ago after going through some really tough times. And I remember waking up one day and just having to make a conscientious decision, was I going to put one foot in front of the other, and I feel like everybody was kind of against me at that time with the stuff I was going through. It kind of felt like, hell was just raining down, And so I remember waking up and going, you know what, for lack of a better way to put it, they can all kiss my hiney and I'm going to stand unbroken. It was really kind of a rebellious, angry version of Unbroken, right? And then 10 years go by and I got an opportunity to write with Benji Harris here in Nashville. And he said, all right, well, let's write a rodeo rock and roll tune, or let's write something about your life. And so I pulled out Unbroken and we rewrote the whole song. And again, a cathartic write. It wasn't something I was thinking, hey, I'm gonna go record this. So I let one of my buddies, Ron Palmer, who's a producer here, and then Buddy Hyatt, who does all of my personal production, and they told me that I just needed to get out of my own way, and then I needed to record it and then just let it fly. And so I did. And I remember the first time I played it acoustically after we had recorded it here on stage in Nashville, and I got about halfway through the song and I just broke down bawling, so it's that song.
I'm glad you're sharing it with us tonight. This is J Marc Bailey with Unbroken.
When I look into the mirror, I still see the same old me. Like a worn-in piece of leather, I'm a little better than I used to be. And I know I still got miles to go. I ain't quite where I wanna be, but I'm slowly getting closer to on my way to finding peace. And every road I ever drove down, every move I ever made, every heartbreak, every mistake was alright. And every shot I ever got, every love me or love me not, I've seen heaven and I've seen hell, and I will remain unbroken. I won't say that it's been easy, but I wouldn't change a thing. Some days you play the joker, and then some days you get to be the king. I ain't got it all reined in just yet, and I'm far from being through. This old cowboy still riding, headed into that wild blue. And every road I ever drove down, every move I ever made, every heartbreak, every mistake was alright. And every shot I ever got, every love me or love me not, I've seen heaven and I've seen hell, and I will remain unbroken. Well, I've sinned, but I ain't saved. I still fall down on my knees, and I ask Him to light the way for me. 'Cause every road I'm gonna go down, and every move I'm gonna make, every heartbreak, every mistake will be alright. And every shot I ever take, through every storm and driving rain, I'll I'll be steady and I'll be strong for all my days. And in my heart, I'll still remain unbroken. Unbroken.
I mean, music's not written like that anymore. That's J Marc Bailey with Unbroken. And I don't know that I've met a more level-headed person in my life than J Marc, and who just kind of stays right there all the time. Right there. You can't see on podcasts. If you're watching, he is cool, mellow, unshook, unstirred, real all-American. And you might ask the question, why do you have J Marc on? Why does he come on? So here is the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is we had a guest that requested that he be on, and we do that on occasion. Now it's weird because the whole network is coming together and working, and Gabriel Wren says, hey, I need you to talk to this guy, J Marc Bailey. Why? He's doing some of the things that might fit with what you're doing with music and the musicians you're working with in the network, and that is turning out to be an amazing opportunity with him. And we have learned an immense amount of it's just been a growth. It's been growth is what it has been. And they are working in many capacities when it comes to the PATRIOT project, all to be announced here soon. And again, we don't want to be vague, but we want to make sure that we have all the T's crossed and the I's dotted before we just throw that stuff out there. Now, we had, and normally we don't even announce who our guests are when they're unable to make it, but John Gossett with Life's Worth Living Foundation was the nonprofit boots on the ground veteran organization that J Marc Bailey and him are friends. And so John Gossett asked that Marc Bailey be the musician tonight, and Marc Bailey was all about that. And again, we had this booked out so far back that there's no way. The number one job of the musicians is to be on stage playing. That's our focus, and that's what he's doing tonight. So I have no qualms. Stuff happens, and we are just absolutely 100% blessed having J Marc, JMB in our network. And so
she's so happy that sticks.
We're gonna have to hand her a new computer. I think it's time.
Is it? Did I lock?
Yeah, it's doing it again.
I'm gonna quit.
Don't quit. Don't quit. We're good. We'll get through this.
You fire me, maybe I can collect unemployment for everything that I'm making right now.
Right. I know. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
we got a board meeting this week. We'll double your pay this weekend.
Great. When I apply, they're like, well, I guess you'll have to keep paying in.
Well, you got a lot of mouths to feed over there, so that's part of the problem.
I can't say, but yes.
I know. Yeah, lots of mouths to feed. Lots of mouths to feed.
I know. All weekend, this weekend, there were a lot of them here, so.
Oh, they just, the umbilical cord doesn't get cut, does it? It's just.
I didn't cook for them, just so you know.
You still got to provide sustenance, right? You still.
Look who's talking.
I know, right? I'll do the shout outs real quick. This last week was the week of birthdays for the Peterson family, only in the fact that my now 23-year-old son born August 3rd, and then, or let me rephrase that, August 2nd. And it's confusing sometimes because I had one born a year later, August 3rd, Morgan, who turned 22 this year. So they, the big birthday present in our world is food. They like to eat. They like to eat, and they like to challenge their father. Morgan asked this year for shrimp po' boys. Went over phenomenal.
Did you get a recipe from Jonathan?
What's that?
You should have gotten the recipe from Jonathan.
Yeah, they don't know how to cook down there.
Not shrimp anyway, though.
Shrimp especially, right?
So the crazy piece is my son out of nowhere. We're meat and potatoes people, man. We're Midwesterners. Steak, potatoes. That's what we normally have. And my son came up with the challenge of he wanted tonkatsu. Tonkatsu. I'll say it one more time. Tonkatsu. And that is a fried pork cutlet with curry. And none of this stuff have I ever made before in my life. I am going to eat a lot more of it. I'm going to tell you that right now. It turned out easy.
Oh.
Do you have a question, Eichmann?
Yeah, like what language are you speaking when you say tonkatsu?
Tonkatsu is Japanese.
Okay.
What is your favorite steak? That is a great question.
Mine's free and medium rare.
Free is the best, yes. And then there's
Is there a such thing as free? I mean, that's
not a good steak. Rarely a good steak is free.
Yeah.
Even on your birthday, it should be free if you're
I like, well, it depends on what the product is. Like, I mean, so I'll quit being snobbish. My go-to 100% is classic ribeye, medium rare. I'm not gonna lie. I also like a good tenderloin. I mean, they're to die for as well. And those are my two go-tos.
So I've heard a lot about like that one with the bone in it. What's that called?
That is called a tomahawk, but that's a ribeye. That's just a ribeye with a bone on it.
Just a ribeye with a bone on it. Eichmann eats the New York strip.
You're a New York strip fan, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Do we know who this Facebook user was? Is that
I do not.
Because that's a great question, but I'd like to know what their favorite steak is.
Is it Ledford? Is Michael Ledford out there, or is it still Travis?
Oh my goodness! Is that again veteran royalty from Puerto Rico? If it is, that's how awesome.
If you're listening, Ledford, your face is so thin. What are you doing? Are you just surfing and
Skinny,
swimming?
brother. They're not feeding you down there on the island. I don't think. He's out doing too much. That's what he's doing. That's what's
always busy. Rafting. What do you call it? It's not. So when you're like body surfing down the rocks.
I call that falling.
Well, yeah, because none of us would probably do that on purpose, but I see them doing it on purpose all the time.
I call it crashing,
I
tripping.
don't know if he's still on there. He must got frozen on. He says he's there. Tacos, too much money. Go tacos. Oh, you instead of steak.
I like some tacos now too, Jeremy.
You know what? I there's a many time I'd eat a taco over steak as well. So there's some truth to that. Truth to that. Truth.
Like lunch instead of dinner time. Like when are you actually choosing that?
What? When am I actually choosing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Andrea knows this. My go-to meal is nachos. I make everything either into nachos or poutine. And I can say poutine. That word is legal to say on here, and I don't get a beeper for that. In case people are wondering, you can say poutine. It's not a naughty word. And I don't have to use that either. So my tonkatsu I made into poutine already because the curry, it went over French fries and it went over the pork cutlet, and it was delicious today.
Poutine today.
I don't know if it qualifies as official poutine, but
did you make it 2 days in a row?
For what? No.
Tonkatsu, or I can't say.
Well, tonkatsu, I mean, I made it yesterday for the birthday boy, but then I had leftovers, which I put it on poutine today.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm talking about. I like leftovers.
Nacho taco potato. That sounds good, Jeremy.
Nacho taco potato. I love it. Let's do another real quick song. We can't do an intro for it because we don't know.
Time out. Potato. I get what he's saying. Same.
Nacho
Same,
taco.
same.
I get it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Absolutely. A nacho is a deconstructed taco.
100%.
Or
Pretty much.
it's a broken taco shell with its guts on the outside. I mean, that's not a way to put it.
I mean, pretty much.
But there's some things I've made into nachos I don't necessarily think I'd put in a taco.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I just use the chip as the vehicle. You don't have to have a fork, right? It's the vehicle.
Sure, like a taco.
Yeah, Andrea won. She won because she figured it out. The code. The Jeremy Daniels code.
Is that English speaker coming out?
Jeremy Daniels could have done code talking for our military. That's what could have happened.
There we go.
All right.
Were you talking about bringing in another song? Is that what you were talking about?
We got a couple songs for J Marc. We got loaded up, ready to roll. We won't be able to do an intro or tell you the story about it, but we can showcase his music. And unfortunately, J Marc Bailey won't be one of those that we get to play on WeP3 Radio because he doesn't fit the narrative.
Technically not a veteran or a first responder, technically.
But if you haven't had a chance to go listen to WeP3 Radio, the link will get up here quickly. And if you're listening to the podcast, which now I don't have my sheet in front of me, it gets a little bit more difficult to say the actual link to the radio station because it's got a bunch of extra stuff. That doesn't fit really well into the podcast world, does it?
No, we could do. Listen to this. Those of you who might be listening to the podcast version of this, I have administered the link into the write-up. So if you get a chance to go into the actual podcast, wherever you're listening to it, you can catch the write-up, and the link will be in the write-up.
You are one. I'm going to put this out there. You are one of the brightest people working for WeP3. I'm just saying.
For sure, top 3.
Thank you for narrowing that down. That is much appreciated.
Top 10, at least. I mean, let's.
Thank you. Lee, I'm sorry if they cut you. And Ray, good luck. It's been fun.
That was actually the order was Ray, Lee, then you. But you know.
Oh, you guys are funny tonight. Wow. This is what happens, folks.
Go.
If you show up late to the show, they have their ammo lined up for when you get here.
We've got J Marc Bailey, and I Can't Stop You.
up all night, pen to paper, 4-page letter. I should've known better than to think you would read it. I guess I wanted you to know I didn't want to let you go. I'm dreading this day since the day you told me that director called and said he liked your pictures and he wanted to meet you. I died the day I said to you, you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't stop you, you're a wheel already rolling. I can't keep you, you're a bird on a wing, you're about to fly. Can't hold you, cause you were never mine to hold. Guess I gotta let you go, let you go, let you go. I don't wanna let you go, I can't stop you. Rubber to road, pedal to metal, couldn't care less, halfway to Memphis when the blue lights slowed me down. State trooper said 91, who the hell you chasing, son? I told him all about your angel face, green-eyed dreams, your headstrong ways. He took my license and he ran my plates. I counted 84 trucks go by. On my shoulder I began to cry. I can't stop you, you're a wheel already rolling. I can't keep you, you're a bird on a wing, you're about to fly. I can't hold you, cause you were never mine to hold. I guess I gotta let you go, let you go, let you go. Cause I can't stop you. Cause I can't stop you. Finally hit me, you were gone outside Jackson on the drive back home. I can't stop you, I can't keep you, and I can't hold you, cause you were never mine to hold. Guess I gotta let you go, let you go, let you go. Cause I can't stop you, you're a wheel already rolling. I can't keep you, you're a bird on a wing, you're about to fly. I can't hold you, cause you were never mine to hold. Guess I gotta let you go, let you go, let you go. I don't wanna let you go, I can't stop you. I can't stop you.
And that was J Marc Bailey with Can't Stop You. And now we can start because Gabriel Wren is here. Miss Eichmann, are you talking?
Why do you never unmute me? Why? Why are you never unmuting me? God, you sit there and watch me talk.
Not my job.
Oh, really? Good job. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give me a second. Don't enter that person yet.
Let him in. Awkward.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. I'm probably spelling it wrong. That's on him, though.
That's not what I put up there.
I know it's not.
I'm in Las Vegas, and out here I go by El Guapo.
Oh, okay. You're out there with the Swan Brothers, we hear.
Yeah. We were out here, did 2 shows, did one in Vegas, one in California, and now I'm in the airport, heading home.
Nice.
Oh, you're heading back to Nashville?
Yeah, my flight got delayed an hour and a half, but had time to edit a music video, so that was good.
Oh,
Gotta
what
make
a,
use of that time.
what a.
There we go.
So you're just playing some J Marc Bailey, huh?
Well, he was on earlier, but
Oh, nice.
you know, his job is to play music, and that's what he's doing right now. So we cut the man a break, you know.
Yeah. No, that's a great song. I like that song.
Same.
Yeah. They were actually paying more than us. Otherwise, we would have made him stay. But
Yeah. By the way, I still got some invoices out.
For who? Not for us.
what?
But y'all didn't get them?
Interesting.
Guess the next one's gonna have late fees attached to it.
Yeah.
I sent it to collections.
Boy. I don't know whose name would be on there though. What's 12 miles from me? Who is that? Is that you doing that?
No, I don't know who that is.
Who is it?
Might have to go spying now.
Yeah, everyone's jumping on, checking. That's a piece that's not my favorite about the StreamYard link when it doesn't. No, everyone, it's Jeremy Daniels. What else you been up to?
Man, just working. Just trying to do stuff and be somebody.
Yeah.
Been writing music. Got some prospects on some new songs I've been working on. So may have a song coming out in the next few months.
You're kind of spoiled. You kind of do get to play with some people down there that know what they're doing. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, Nashville's got Brent Mason, who's the #1 recorded guitar player of all time. I mean, he's arguably the best guitar player in country music, and he's a crazy good blues player. And then you've got right behind him is James Mitchell and Austin Crum, and both of those guys are, I mean, they're in the top echelon of people that record in Nashville, and I just happen to fall into the studio where they are all the time.
Well, and you accidentally made a song with Mr. Gibson, who just happens to be one of the greatest songwriters in the country as well. Have you done an interview with him yet? I have not done an interview with him yet.
I'll get you guys in contact. He's a great interview. He'd be great to bring on. He's so much history. If you want to know about what happened in Nashville from the 80s on up and who did what, that's the man that knows it. He was there.
He did it. He did for all of them.
Oh yeah.
And that.
Yeah, his music. I mean, the stuff that he's written is just it's just next level. I write a song and I think, hey man, that's a pretty good tune, and then I take it to Dave, and then Dave goes, let's do this, this, and this, and this, and then all of a sudden it's like, I mean, it's a whole nother animal.
Whoa!
What was that?
I have actually no idea what happened.
It's the government.
That was super interesting. I've never seen that happen.
Did you do that,
Yeah.
Peterson?
It was like a rolling blackout.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's what happens when you're in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
No, and I hear Weaver signed on with Chair 55 as well.
Yeah, Ryan Weaver did. He's coming on board.
Yeah.
We're going to be booking him out, getting him some stuff going. He's a heck of a good dude and just a talented guy.
That he is.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, he was with the NFR. I mean, the PBR for like 2 or 3 years, just as their main act, rolling around with them all over the world.
That's craziness.
I mean, that
There's
doesn't
things
suck.
we can do with that. There's things we can do with this stuff.
So, yeah.
Get the footprint bigger.
So, what have you guys been doing this week?
It was birthday week.
Well,
oh yeah, for who? You?
Not me. I no one ever knows when mine is. I don't make a big deal about it. But
his fledglings.
My offspring.
Did you say his flatulence?
Fledglings. Happy birthday.
Hey, you got your fancy chips in there next to you, Eichmann? You're to be
are
blamed.
Did you get them?
Gabriel,
Which ones did you get?
Which
ones you eating on?
jalapeno.
Oh yeah. I had the barbecue and the sea salt and vinegar ones on the way out here.
Peterson is a naysayer, even though you understand all the ingredients on the can. There's only like 8 of them.
Right, and the worst thing on there is palm oil, which is 10 times better than hydrogenated vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Which is literally the same thing that your car runs on.
You know, I don't eat those either. So
Causes flatulence.
Okay.
Cars? You don't eat cars?
I don't eat cars, and I don't eat chips. I don't eat that crap. I just don't.
Huh.
That's my downfall, man. I love chips.
You like chips?
That's why I got those fake Pringles, man. They're like healthy Pringles. You can eat them all you want to, and you don't feel bad about it.
And there's so much.
I need that in my life.
I've never known a person feeling bad about eating any kind of chip ever. For the record, they eat them, just can't eat one, man. They do it by the fistfuls.
Like
I feel guilty.
That's why you keep eating this, because you feel guilty.
And tacos. Yeah, you know what?
It's a slippery
tacos.
slope.
Just tacos.
Speaking of tacos, so my father-in-law lives out here in Las Vegas, right? And he makes some of the best carne asada you ever had. My wife's Hispanic, so I mean, she came from a home where this guy he makes it up. I mean, he worked at a meat market at Carniceria when he was a kid, and so I call him, I'm like, hey, I'm coming to Las Vegas, and he's like, great, love to see you, mijo. And I was like, cool. And I get here, and I'm like, hey, I'm here, and he goes, oh, we left. I'm like, what do you mean you left? He's like, we went to Santa Rosa for Fiesta Fest. So they took off to California to see, well, I don't blame them. Fiesta Fest is awesome. But they took off to Fiesta Fest. And so, like, I didn't even get a taco here. He makes his own tortillas. I mean, he's like everything on his own.
Oh.
So talk about being bummed out.
You missed that.
Yeah. Came all the way to Vegas and couldn't even get a real taco.
Yeah.
It's terrible news, man.
I know.
One of my favorite taco stories. Here's one of Peterson's stories. One of my best friends was a nuke out in San Diego, and he goes, "Hey, let's go get a taco." And I'm like, "Oh, I'd love to get a taco. Why are we eating one taco?" That is so weird that it's doing that. I've never seen this happen before, and that's okay.
I'm telling you, it's the government.
We pull up to this taco stand, and it's everyone knows California roadside taco stand.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking street tacos. So I'm like, hey, I'll take this one, and this one. And he looks at me and goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting dinner. These tacos were the size of footballs. And I ate tacos for the whole week while we were there as leftovers. And it was just like, I know, it was nuts. It was nuts.
I know. That's in San Diego?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never seen that place.
Well, it's a roadside.
I'm a street taco guy for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The worse the vehicle.
Gabriel Wren here. Great. Gabriel Wren is of Trinity Productions out of Nashville, and he also is a third partner within Chair 55, and he's one of those Marines. Marines.
One of those guys.
No, he's one of them.
One of those, hard charging, overly attractive types.
Not the stereotype or anything.
Yeah.
He's in the Navy.
I mean, I'm still, I'm 45 years old and still fitting my blues. So.
Yeah, well, not all of us can say that.
It's because you don't eat the chips I eat.
Yeah.
Peterson, God dang.
I was going to say it's because I'm not 45, but
I'm not 45 either. That's the other side. That's all.
That's why.
Miss
That's why.
Eichmann,
Yes,
who we
sir.
got on next week?
Well, let me just tell you, because I'm down to one screen at the moment.
Oh, well, I can run
No,
it. I got it.
it. Shh. Mute him. Jonathan, mute him quick. Okay, so listen up. This is what we've got coming up on the 26th of August. And I'm not talking about our guests yet, so hang on. We have got Operation Zero event at Veterans Lake of Ramsey. Oh my gosh, this is like 3 weeks. Not even 3 weeks away anymore. 20 days. All right, that is here in Minnesota. That is their Operation Zero. We're going to go hang out with them for a day and see what they're up to and see if we can't connect with some more of our Minnesotan friends. There you go. Don't you know? And then on September 9, we've got two things going on. Sutton Ridge Farms, who we love and adore, with their Highlander beef cows.
Yep.
Thank you. They are in Jordan, Minnesota. It's a cool drive besides for that. But they're having an event at the farm. They do have some good sales on their meat and goods as well. If you're Peterson, you can milk the cow in case you
I milked the cow last year, didn't I? That wasn't the first time I milked a cow, but
It was a bull, but who cares?
It was a cow, straight up a cow. It was a dairy cow, wasn't it, Andrea? Tell them why you know.
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere, but I think I got sprayed with the milk.
Maybe she got dead-eyed from 30 feet away.
Yes. Okay, they're awesome. Sutton Ridge Farm is. They Gabriel, you'd like it. It's all natural.
I love Scottish Highlander. Those are great cattle.
And they did a big I said this last time, they did a great big tribute to Vietnam veterans last year. So I would love to see what they do this year, but they send their proceeds over to every third Saturday, who we've had on as guests, who we've done some fun things with. They too are amazing. But Gabriel, we will miss that day because we will be in Nebraska, a little town called Ashland, Nebraska. Did he do that thing again?
Yep.
Oh, sheesh. Okay.
That's weird.
We will be at.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Hold on.
He's back. We're gonna be at Hero Stock 2023 with Jason Steiner and the crew down in Ashland, Nebraska. And then we're looking at the Nashville Takeover, October 16 through 23. That will be us, and we'll tell you more about that when the time comes to share. And then next week, you guys, we have, so I did not book this one, Mr. David Odgen. And then we have Die Tired, who I did book, whose music is amazing. What a cool name as well, Die Tired. I mean, that's pretty cool. Great people, great fun. And then we'll have a guest appearance by Mr. Jason Steiner as well, who I don't even know if he needs our appearance. He's had so many appearances in the last month and a half that I'm pretty sure everyone should know him by the time Hero Stock rolls around. But we'll see what's new. Let's see what's been added to Hero Stock and who's all coming down and up and around. That's what we got.
Gabriel, when's your flight out?
Well, it was supposed to be boarding here in the next 10 minutes, but now it's been delayed almost an hour. So, yeah. Why you guys want to go on the plane?
If we can, yeah. We got some things you want to discuss in post show, and if you're available, that'd be cool. If not, we'll figure it out another time.
Well, we can have another meeting. That's what we're all about. We don't have school yet, so.
Yeah.
Well, we got school starting tomorrow at my house.
What?
Same.
It's you, Jonathan? Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow is meet and greet, and then Tuesday school starts.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm not you guys. I'm whining because I have in-services on Tuesday.
Oh. Well, we're homeschool, so, you know.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better then.
Jonathan, what do you got in closing, brother?
I don't know. We didn't get introduction to the song, I Can't Stop You. But just listening to the words of the song, it kind of made me think, one of those if you love them, let them go kind of situations, and just learn to kind of recognize when you're outgrowing people, you know what I mean? You need to let them go too. Don't hold on to the ball and chain that's holding you back. If you've got growing to do and there's something in your life holding you back, cut it loose, grow, never stop.
That's good.
Gabriel, you got anything in closing?
Man, it's a good word there. Well, on that, I guess I'm just not gonna be able to do this show anymore. If I look at it the way he just talked about it,
Are you breaking up with us right now?
Oh, the shots are fired now for sure.
No, man.
Those chips are eating his brain.
That song is actually, you're exactly spot on with it. It's you can't hold somebody down who wants to run. And I think a lot of people have been there and been that way. And it's applicational as, to the relationship sector, but it can also be to a friendship. If somebody is not reciprocating friendship and they just keep blowing you off, freaking quit. Just quit. Quit putting effort into stuff like that. It's a waste of energy.
Amen.
Yes.
If it ain't making you better, then it's not worth being part of. That's
right.
Miss Eichmann.
I thought that was my. Let me hold on one second. No, I don't really have anything.
You're gonna have to cut the dead air,
I can't even thank our guests. Thank you, Gabe, for being here. Oh.
Had the whole show. Had the whole show to prepare for this moment. She's got nothing.
I know, right? It's just, yeah. Enjoy your in-service, Mr. Peterson.
Yeah, well, that's fun. I got a day to work. Everyone's got one of these. We didn't do our call to action today yet. Make sure, we say the narrative a lot. There's some people that come on and want to do push-ups for recognition. Some people want to go on a ruck march for recognition. Some people want to come on and argue that none of those things help to save veteran and first responders. We don't care. We're here to help our veterans and first responders, regardless of what vehicle and opportunity you use. But what I do know is connection will save lives. Do a 6-pack. 6 people, 36 seconds. Hey, I was just thinking about you. In your contact list. Doesn't have to be a veteran. Doesn't have to be a first responder. We know that this is an issue going on in our country as a whole, but we are losing between 17 and 75 veterans per day. The numbers can't be calculated in the first responders because they're mixed and mingled into the general population because they live with us every single day and are in our world every single day. Reach out to 6 people. Say, hey, I was thinking about you. Pass that message on. Go out, be a champion, and, hey, make people better because when you make people better, you make yourself better. With that, we've got J Marc Bailey in Deepest Blue. We'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 at our WeP3 weekly debrief, and we will talk to you on the flip side. Patriot Pride.
I sent you pictures from every place I'd been to. Tried to call you. Guess this cowboy life I'm living ain't what you needed. Couldn't stop you leaving. My last ride in Amarillo left me battered and bruised. But baby, without you, I'm bluer than those mountains in Virginia, bluer than that grass that grows round old Kentucky homes. I'm bluer than a Patsy Cline song through an AM is the deepest blue I've ever known. I never thought that I'd have to choose between 8 years and 8 seconds. My heart feels fenced in. This morning, halfway to Cheyenne, I almost broke down, nearly turned around. I pulled over on the shoulder to watch the western sunrise through teardrops in my eyes. I'm bluer than those mountains in Virginia, bluer than that grass that grows round old Kentucky homes. I'm bluer than a Patsy Cline song through an AM radio. This is the deepest blue I've ever known. The roar of the crowd and hearing my name out loud. I'm fine when I'm riding, but then I get home and I'm all alone. There's no hiding. I'm bluer than those mountains in Virginia, bluer than that grass that grows round old Kentucky homes. I'm bluer than a Patsy Cline song through an AM